right, guys, so I'm back at the Detroit Reef Club here with Zach.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And they actually got a really cool shipment in. I'm really excited. He's gonna kind of show us some of the highlights of what you got. My eyes see a lot of different stuff, so start explaining to me some of the cool stuff you got.
We'll hit some of the weird areas first.
Look at a few there.
Oh.
He said they're sexy shrimp.
Oh, yeah. You know, Jacob, one time at Keys, Jacob showed me these.
Did he?
Yeah, because I remember, how could you forget the name?
No. Oh, we definitely need some of these. Actually, I want this tank just on my office. Like, how cute. How big do they get?
That's it.
Oh, they're
They're like full grown, yeah.
That is so cool.
They are sarin shrimp. Very, very unique. Never had them in before. We're doing some different compatibility tests. It's like, they just look so freaking cool.
They really do. And they look like rock formations. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
like almost like coral, right?
Yeah.
Like all the little, like they're all feathered and yeah.
And even the tentacles are too. They've got a little coloring on them. That's so cool.
Here we've got a great layout for big groups of inverts. One of the things that nobody else can do is get huge amounts of direct imported inverts. One of the most sought after ones, blue tuxedo urchins.
Oh, whoa.
Really pretty little urchins.
Oh
They've
my
got
gosh,
a blue
that's
sheen to
so
them. This white light
pretty.
doesn't do them justice, but they're great for a reef. They can get in all the little crevices and clean even in between frags, but they're very delicate. They don't bulldoze things like some of the other urchins do. They're just every reefer's favorite, but they're like $40, $50 an urchin at most stores, and so they're $15 here right now. We got 100 of them in here.
Wow, that's
we have room to
great.
just really get a big supply and get you guys some great pricing on stuff like that helps keep the reef clean.
Yeah, so now I'm looking, at first I just thought it was just coral pieces. Now I'm actually seeing all the little ones you're talking
they're
about.
They're like cockroaches. If you see 5, there's 100. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
sometimes
is so
it takes
cool.
a while, and it's always a guessing game. Are we actually out, or do we have more hiding somewhere? But they're spread through all the coral tanks here and everything just because we don't try to keep them all in one spot, so it's easy. I mean, yeah, that's easy for a short period of time, but we want them to be able to eat the whole time so that when you bring them home, they're full and they're well nourished. They're not on the brink of starvation. So
yeah, that definitely makes
spread
a lot
them out
of
and let
sense.
them work here while they're waiting for a new home.
He's popping out. Oh my
So I've got a
goodness.
very cool tank figured out to house an eel. This guy is so much fun.
What kind is this?
This is a Brazilian yellow moray. Stays very small,
That
maxes
is
out at
so
I want to
cool,
say like
guys.
2 feet, so you can keep them in a
cute.
fairly small enclosure.
Look at his little face. I'm telling you what, there's definitely something about eels. I definitely see the attraction from them. They're so personable, so cool.
Are you a snake person then?
Yes.
Most people
that's
who like
literally
snakes
what
like
I
eels.
do.
Yeah, that's what I didn't. Everybody's got their niche. I don't know yours with the legacy. But if we just watch it, he's gonna.
Look at him.
You don't even have to try to feed him. He just will. He'll go searching. He'll find it. He'll grab it, and he's a pig. A lot of fun to watch. Super nice coloration. This is one of the rare eels around.
Wow, he's pretty cool. So, what's a price tag on something like him?
$13.50.
Okay.
So not a cheap eel. The dwarf ones are highly sought after, so they've kept the price high. You used to be able to get them out of Hawaii too. Obviously, we know that shut down.
Yeah.
So.
Oh
Man, that was cool.
That was cool.
We also have, they're not here because we ran out of housing space, but one of my buddies is keeping them safe for us until we can transport them here. We got a couple really big blue ribbon eels on the last shipment too.
Okay.
We've got some video coming out of those, and we'll have them here soon, but it was the last minute thing. I got him, and I had already committed to the blue ribbons, and so we ended up double booked. So
I'm telling you, that is really cool. You can never have enough eels. These tanks look really full.
One of my favorite classes of fish is fairy wrasses.
Those are beautiful.
And obviously reef-centric people here. Wrasses that are just super invert safe. We want to have the sexy shrimp. All the little critters in there. It's like these guys are programmed to go after everything you don't want, but I've never had them touch anything I do want. So it's like the perfect class of, and they're very compatible in general. There are some rules to follow. Humble Reef on the forums has a great compatibility chart to use, but we have some of the greatest colors here. We've got the solar wrasses, blue with the orange and yellow head.
It's literally a whole rainbow just in one fish.
Blue box. I mean, these things are just like a mosaic painting with fuchsia, pink, red, orange, purple, yellow.
So cool.
A couple exquisites around here, but they're being a little shy.
No, that one has like
that's
the little
a Halloween
orange.
urchin.
Yeah,
so
that
that's the
is
same
really
type.
cool.
It's gonna be way cooler. Actually, a lot of times when those ship, a bunch of them will shed their orange spines. They look very sickly, but you can, like, they're all moving around and everything. And about 2 weeks later, so they're about halfway, you can see the orange spikes starting to fill in.
Yeah.
It will be covered in those orange
And
spikes.
that's such a great name too,
There's one that's
Halloween.
a little bit, oh, look at this one up here is really pretty far along on in his regrowth of the spike.
Those things are so funny. Like you said, you almost need a little thing saying these are all the things in there because you don't see them at first until you're looking for them.
We never know everything that's in here. There's always a surprise to find. And of course, a bunch of captive bred clownfish, only 20 bucks a piece,
So
close to
cute.
100 to choose from.
Yeah, all the little Nemos, so cute. I love these.
The firefish?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we've got
the red,
quite a good
and we've got
variety.
the purples in the back too. So
at
the
Legacy,
purples
but
are
they're
very cool.
so cute with the little alfalfa kind of things.
Absolutely. Cleaner wrasses, a bunch of cleaner wrasses. Just a good little thing buzzing around your tank.
Yeah, that's really pretty too with that blue.
We're filming too early for the Naoko wrasses. Wrasses tend to sleep late. I don't know why.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Takes all kinds, right?
That's
Early
right.
risers, late risers. Here's our awesome Tang friend.
Koi Tang.
That's the one. That's
Remember that right?
That is the koi tang.
yep. That's Steve's baby.
Yeah, that's a pretty fish.
That coral is gorgeous and huge.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's been growing for a while. That's actually would be chopped up a little bit. Now you'd never really notice. We chop about 4 inches off the side,
Okay.
and it seems like in a month it's back to where it was. But
Yeah, so
waiting on
pretty.
new saw blades. So
Yeah.
don't like to cut them with old blades.
Sure, makes sense.
The Lobophilia, super cool. I think those came in all the January shipment. There might be a couple that came in March, but all those come from the Great Barrier Reef. Really cool to do in the bottom third of the tank. This whole tank's the $59 frag, so it's $59, 3 for $150. They go down to $45 when you get 6 or more. Always have some big LPS in here. These Achean Bauer Bankies are getting really, really nice. We've been farming those for quite a while.
Yeah, I feel like I can tell a difference in some of these that I think were here, but now are also like a lot larger since the last time I was here, which is really cool to see how that happens, you know, like how long it takes.
They go through a lot of transformations in the first few months.
Is that supposed to look like that?
It's called war coral, and so yes, it's sort of like a war between the two colors. And you get different varieties, but like here's a weird one that I've had for a long time, and it doesn't matter how long you grow it. The entire body of it is blue, and just the new rim of growth is always red.
Wow, that is
Just
so
always
cool.
segregated that way. I've had others that are all red and I've never gotten blue out of, so it's just sort of seems like there's a lot of different little slight variations of it.
How crazy is that, you know, these corals and rocks and formations, there's so many different types and kinds, and it just blows my mind trying to keep track of it all. That's a cool bubble tip. See, I'm learning. Those there, so are those like a mushroom? Because it definitely looks like a mushroom. Those
No,
there?
these are actually Palithoa grandis. These are one of our most asked about corals probably. It is probably the most poisonous
Really?
thing in here. It's really, really strong with the palitoxin, so we're really, really careful when we frag it. It's also just incredibly slow growing, maybe a polyp a year. It's a variation of a cinnamon sun polyp, which is more common and like here. Not common, like these are still really cool. And
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see like,
Yep.
you know, you get the purples and the kind of tan natural tones, and they get big. But when you get like that's extra big, plus it's got that toxic green. I have not cut those yet, but I eventually will. I get bugged every weekend. And I do have some nice green ones that I think are ready for a cut in the seahorse tank here pretty soon. Just not quite as nice as that.
What is this guy?
Look at that.
Yeah,
so
what
that is a giant orange shoulder tang. Absolutely one of the prettiest fish we got in on this shipment. Let's see if we can get him out. Or actually, you know what? I bet this guy, I have the same fish down here, and I was taking pictures of him this morning. He loves the camera. So let's try him.
Wow. You said what kind again?
Orange shoulder tang.
Orange. Okay, duh. That really makes sense, right? How do you get that name?
Nobody had a creativity job at the species naming department.
You are going to be orange shoulder.
It was probably mostly people naming him based on describing their dinner. That
Yeah,
night, right? So like,
He is so cool.
just huge.
And such a cool size. Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh my gosh, the blue highlights are great on him. He's got just great color.
Now, what does something like that go for?
$550.
Okay, well, that's not, I
And
haven't thought a lot more.
I bet you $550.
Yeah, I would've thought a lot more than that,
And about
so.
half that is probably honestly the shipping cost.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freight. That pretty much goes in a box by itself.
Yeah. No, we know. You. It costs a lot
You
to
get
ship
big
water.
fishes.
Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come out and say hello. Angelfish always take a little bit to get really interactive and bold. This guy's just starting to. Hold on, where did he go?
Oh, yeah. Wow. So pretty. Gosh, he's gorgeous.
Indian Ocean Regal Angel.
I'm telling
Always
you,
a nice
man.
fish.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not a huge size either. He's been eating pretty good coming out for nori and stuff.
I'm
We
telling
still
you
got
guys,
the-
these fish are so beautiful. And just when you think you've seen the prettiest one, next thing you know, you got another one that just knocks it out of the park, right? I love this.
We got the big Achilles in here, but we did add a new display little herd in here. We've got the bimaculatus enthusiast, these pink with the yellow. It looks like they were, if you get close to the color, it looks like they're like pixelated in like a graphics book because of the way it's just like dots of little color that fade from yellow to pink. So they're just stunning. And we got a whole bunch of them. So we've got probably another 15 of them for sale in addition to the ones we're keeping here still. And we've been blowing through them pretty quick.
Love it.
Super hardy, eating frozen from the minute we got them.
That's great.
One of the nicest enthusiasts I've seen.
Absolutely gorgeous. So what are these striped guys?
Those were part of the Aptasia patrol. Those are called stripies. Again,
Okay.
the creativity blows your mind. They're commonly referred to as butterflies. Technically, I believe they're like a class all their own. They come from Western Australia, generally reef safe, but munch Aptasia. So
Okay.
I think they helped get rid of some of the bigger ones, or maybe the harder to get to ones. There was a patch up here where the Bergia just got blown off. It seemed like they would never clear that area. So I think they helped with that, but we were throwing anything we could at it. So yeah, we're excited. This guy bleached out just a little when we first put him in, and the seasons changed. This tank is always very susceptible to heating up.
Okay.
But the color's starting to fill back in, you see.
Beautiful, yeah, it's huge.
Very healthy. He just needs to bake that back in and let those keep nutritionally filling up those zooaxials to make them populate in and fill in all that tissue. So yeah, that's a
So
absolutely
is this
huge piece.
called just a yellow orange shoulder tang, or is that completely different?
So,
'Cause that's what it
like-
looks like to me.
That would be a mimic tang, but it's also, it's like an orange shoulder mimic tang. Like those names kind of get thrown around and mixed together. Where the actual science, like between them, it's almost like mimicking is something that some tangs do, which is where they're mimicking angelfish patterns,
Okay.
I believe. But yeah, this, usually they, at a small size, are very yellow. That's fairly common. But this dude is way past that. He's already got his dark coloration on the tail. Definitely an orange shoulder. It's what else you would call it would be up to who you talk to.
So like, so
It's an orange shoulder tang.
That's the same, but just
Same
smaller?
thing, smaller. I think this is gonna stay yellow, which they do sometimes, excuse me. It's pretty rare, but he's so fat and big, and he's already started, again, getting the dark on the hind.
At
is
this
usually-
point, normally he would be much darker,
would
and
be
he's
he
not.
would be
So
paled
yeah,
out, and
that's
it's
kind of
like-
exciting. Yeah.
He's super cool. There's
So will
also
he be
a
one you guys
crazy
keep,
little fish.
or is he
Oh yeah,
for sale?
no, nothing. I could never catch a fish out of here if I tried.
All right, so actually we can follow that. That's exciting, and we can see if he does darken up or if he does
Absolutely.
keep that orange. That'll be fun.
There is this dude is really funky. He came in on the last shipment, and I did not
little guy in the back?
expect him. That little yellow and
Yeah,
black,
yeah.
super fancy little cleaner wrap.
That's
and I was
beautiful.
like, oh my god, everybody's gonna want him. And I
Throw
put
him in
the
this
display.
tank.
Yeah, I'd rather film him for a while and
Yep.
just enjoy him. And
What a cool
He's
guy.
beautiful.
it's one of those things that's like, there's not really a price that I feel reasonable charging that would make me actually want to get rid of it. Probably.
Listen, you're preaching
And
to
he's-
the choir here. We
he's
do
just-
the
yeah,
same
yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You're just like, nah, you price it out of the ballpark
Yep.
and
Yep.
put it in the keeper rack. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
These ones are gorgeous.
I literally was gonna say, I love the whole rainbow you have going
I
on
had
here.
I had about 10 more corals on it, but getting it back into there and in place is tough. Like these lights come out, but like my arm's only so long.
Yeah.
It was a challenge, but we're gonna slowly take one rock each, out each time we get a shipment in and kind of fill this in.
So cool.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it fill out.
Is this one also a tang?
Yeah, that's a Sohal tank. So we get those from the Red Sea. That's probably going to be the
beautiful.
boss of the tank. I mean, they can get like
Wow.
24 inches.
That's
Big open water
crazy.
swimmer tanks. Like you wouldn't put that in with an Achilles because they would just both want to be the alpha unless you had just an enormous tank or didn't mind taking the risk, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he started very small, so he didn't really mess with anybody. He's been very polite. Hopefully we don't regret it one day. 900 gallons is a lot though, so I think you'll be okay.
I love
This
that.
tank is still in some stages of clean out, but looking just tremendously better. We can see all the polyps kind of fluffing out of everything. We've just been dosing it with phytoplankton plankton, filling it with different macroalgae. But one of the things is when you want all that to grow, it's really hard to keep the stuff you don't want to grow away. And so we got 16 of these very small size long spine urchins that have just decimated.
Do you have more than just one? How
There's
many?
two of them
There's
in
two?
here.
I know.
We're actually, oh, look, he's hitched on that Tonga branch.
Okay.
There's also a really cool pipefish in here somewhere.
Oh, pipefish are so cool.
It's like actually a banded one, which is nice. Look at that tiny yellow feather duster on that rock. You see that bright yellow speck?
Yeah.
That's a little.
Just that?
I mean, so there's a bunch of them on that rock. Most of them are like a dark blue,
yeah.
which is like a more common color you would see. But that one, for whatever reason, is just randomly
yellow.
bright yellow,
That's
and it's
crazy.
so cool. Hopefully, it'll reproduce.
Yeah.
But that grows with the coral. As the coral continues to grow, it grows more, you know, it'll like, I don't know if it lays eggs or if it just kind of splits or how it reproduces, but.
How fun. I love that.
Isn't that funny? Every once in a while. This is a cross one.
They're so crazy.
You can tell we're down to, I think we got 30 on that last shipment with them, and so we're
Those
down
are
to
so
probably
cool.
3
I
or
love
so. Yeah, all amputees doing very, very well. Here's an example of that.
Oh, wow.
So this is a farmed coral that we've been growing since 2024 at least.
Oh, wow. So that's a super slow grower, obviously.
We've got multiples at this point,
Okay.
but yes, it is a slower grower, and it took, I mean, a year and a half to stabilize. There's something about the certain colors of chalices, they just take forever. They're gonna bleach like crazy. Like we started them at like 60 par and just take them up slowly over like several months. But yeah, we're finally, like, we just released.
Oh!
Dude, he must have got stung by a coral or something.
That was crazy.
Something spooked the crap out of him. Oh my God.
It splashed right in the face.
But yeah, that's, you know, an example of some of the collector grade, kind of highest grade stuff.
That is really cool.
$5.95 on the frag.
Wow.
It's a good size frag, but those colors are just crazy. You don't normally see that gold.
It is so fun to learn and you know, appreciate and get the knowledge behind all the different pieces. And
absolutely.
There's a lot. There's a lot. The really bright green, yeah. What's that?
That is a green slimer. So that's probably one of the oldest acropora in the hobby. That's probably been around for probably 40 years. People have been growing that in captivity.
Okay.
That's just like an end cut from a huge colony that we took down out of a guy's tank who's moving. When you have a big grown-in colony, they're beautiful. But especially with something like that, it's entirely grown at a density of branching to take advantage of the light and flow where it existed in this tank, right? And so you almost have to take a piece like that and just chop it to bits and start from a lot of small ones, or the chances, you know, unless you're, you know, trying to have a bunch of power heads and you think, you know, study thermodynamics, you're probably better off letting it grow, and because it can't move. Once it's there, it's like, you know, so you can't put a plant out of the light and think it's gonna, you know. So,
exactly.
Just an offshoot for now that will start growing and take off.
Yeah, it's super. I love the color.
This toadstool too is really like blue and purple. It's usually they're just like brown, but this one is really colorful.
That does have a lot of really pretty colors.
What type of Foxface is that?
It's a magnificent Foxface. Very, very similar in all regards except that coloration. He's really white. A lot of times they have more gray in them with just a little white accent, but he's like, for whatever reason, like super white.
Yeah, because I think we have a couple, but the gray goes more down.
Yeah. You just have almost like a band of white at the front. Yeah, I tend to pick the weird fish. And a lot of times they're not even like the prettiest. It's like more like, I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna say that's not really a magnificent. I was like, but I like them. Like, I don't want to get beat up on the price or something. I'll just keep them.
I'll just keep them. Yep.
And then everybody's like, I want that fish.
Of course.
In the display now.
Too late.
Is that a big clownfish?
Yeah, that is a big clownfish.
Really?
Who has been sent here by their owner for killing too many tank members. And so he's in here for a little supplementary entertainment for this guy.
Look at that, Mom.
It's gorgeous. Whoa, what the? Who is this? Or what is this?
This is a wobbegong shark.
Wobbegong?
Northern wobbegong. I imported this guy 2 years ago.
Wow,
and
that is so cool.
Had my buddy had me order him for him. And then he fell in love with our Neptune grouper and had to have that. So then he traded this back in and got the Neptune grouper. So I've had it again for about 4 months. It stopped growing, so it is full grown, we presume, which is a little bit shorter, maybe 6 inches shorter than anticipated size, but well within expectation.
That thing is so cool.
I love his face.
I know.
That is the biggest clownfish I think I might have ever seen, personally.
He's not very good at this game.
He's gonna go for the shrimp, yeah.
Is that the biggest use?
He's blind.
I mean,
he's blind and dumb. Not entirely blind, but pretty darn blind. You don't want to be there when he snaps. At least I don't.
oh.
There you go.
It's like a mata.
Yeah, actually it's so funny too because he's got those kind of weird, kind
The
of
feelers.
tentacly.
Those-
Yeah.
Again, snake person, perfect pet. It's gonna spend a lot of time, most days, he's on this glass, belly up to me, head to here, waiting for me to drop a shrimp on him. The feelers kind of sense that motion and they just are like an ambush predator. It's in the sleeper shark class. He's suitable for anything like, I mean, a 240 would probably not, probably a 300 or above.
Okay.
I'm sure there are people who keep them in 240s.
That is
but
a very cool looking thing. I love how crazy his little face is.
for what it is,
Oh.
I think they're fairly, it's a $2,500 shark to give you an idea. It's like, you know, it's a shark, so there's some expense and extra care that goes into it.
A little
but-
rare, like they're not.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
gonna
like
be
if I
easy to
had
find
an
one.
unending demand, I could probably get like 12 a year.
Okay.
Just simple and beautiful, this guy.
Oh yeah, powder blue tang.
Aw, that
You haven't even
is
hit
so
the fish
pretty
rack
and
yet.
so cute.
Foxface, lows, absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Desjardins sailfins from the Red Sea have the polka dot like freckles and the yellow in their
Yeah, I
patterning.
love that. So
Look
pretty.
at these, the blonde nassels are just stunning.
Another one that looks similar to
Yeah, this is what they normally look like.
Okay.
That's like a normal cleaner wrasse.
Yeah, which is why you picked the other one.
Yeah,
out,
I was
'cause,
like, whoa.
I mean, these are beautiful, but that one
Yeah.
is, the next level.
Now, is this guy, this thing, the same as that one, just younger?
Nope, that is a, I don't know how to say it right. Mouselips is how I would say it, the Latin name. White freckled tang, I've seen it called. Black with big white polka dots on its face. That's an acanthurus, so more like the body shape of the powder blue. But actually I can see where the color pattern is not, but most of its body is gonna be black.
It is crazy to me the amount of tangs that there are. Every time I'm like, surely I must have seen them all, and that by now I see 3 different more types of tangs, and I'm just always blown away. Now, is tang a species of fish in and of itself, or how is it classified?
There's 3 different genuses that fall into the tang family. I think surgeon fish would be kind of another overlap where there's some things that are surgeons that aren't tangs. You know, it gets a little, but for reefing, you know, hobby type, you know, we're talking about acanthurus, which is the oval shape, the sideways oval shaped body. Powder blues, hippo tangs, nasso tangs. Zebrasoma, which would be zebrasoma is the oval shape upward, like the sailfin, the yellow tangs, scopus tang, and then the bristle-tooth is chetnodon. I don't know how you say it, but bristle-tooth tangs, that's gonna be like tominis and 2-spot bristle-tooth. Most of them have bristle-tooth in the name, but those 3 all make up. They're herbivores, they're reef fish. There are some differences, you know, when you get into the bigger acanthurus, there's like kind of open water tangs, I would call them, where they're traveling a lot more open water. They need really high pH. You know, you can't have a system with a canister filter. It's never going to work well for a big open water tank. They want the turbulence of, you know, a big bashy skimmer. They want a naturally very high pH where they have a ton of oxygen in the water, and they're going to want more room to swim. The zebrasoma are much closer to the reef. You're going to see them much more frequently. But yeah, little differences. This is a hybrid powder blue. So the powder blue over there is what they traditionally look like. This is,
Oh, look at that.
we're calling it the suede blue, powder blue.
Yeah.
We've got one that size, and we've got the one smaller one down here. Just a few differences in kind of the patterning. The really defined continuous blue line all the way around the tips of the
Yeah.
fin is kind of cool. It's hard to get in a picture because it just looks like, you know, there's less light on it. But in person, you can really tell it's like a much richer kind of coloration.
I do hate that you can't ever get what you see with your eye.
Look at
that
how
thing is
fancy some of those damsels are.
crazy.
Isn't that cool?
That is.
Just a little orange-tailed red or blue
Yeah,
devil.
it's beautiful.
Hard to believe one day he'll be a mean fish.
Right.
Looks cute right now.
I know, isn't it so funny? The ones you least suspect.
The Diana's hogfish are cool. Just little interested pickers. As they get bigger, they can mess with small inverts. Don't put them with a sexy shrimp, but generally, you know.
Actually, I think we did get a couple of those
Nice.
at Legacy yesterday.
are
I
always
gotta look and see them.
Look at this. This is actually a harem. This is already sold, but we got 5 females and 1 male of the square spot anthias. So the big one with literally with the square spot
Yeah.
is the male, and then
Again, with
all
the
the
names.
yellow ones are the females in the community. So they're going to be
That's
going to
cool.
a 300-gallon reef this weekend.
How fun, that's so neat.
You used to be right, you are now wrong. I think it was 2014 it got reclassified as a butterfly. Singapore butterfly fish. Either way, coral destroyer, do not put them in a reef tank. But very cool, cute little fish if you are not keeping polyps or don't care to lose some. It's
This
such a
guy
pain.
is super cute.
Yeah, little tiny baby Scopus tank.
Like you can't hardly see him
Yeah.
with the black background.
Yep.
He just
Some
blends
days I
right
wish you
in.
could switch it to white for certain fish.
It has a similar pattern to like that koi.
Yes,
Yes.
it's that koi is a hybrid of that and a black tang.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it goes from a $75 fish to a $7,500 fish.
All right, so if you want to stay cheap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but get a similar product, go with the 75.
Man, there are Scopus that I think are just as beautiful. Maybe not as that one, but as a lot of the kois on the market. Koi tanks are a great fish. Oh, we do have a really cool full-size Hedoni carpet anemone, super pink.
That is so cool. This one's new?
We've had that one about a month, yep. And then
okay.
this one is about as small as I've seen him so far. If you can imagine that, he usually takes up 2 full sides of the basket. This is a Magnifica anemone, and one of the craziest colors I've ever seen. It's like
that
yellow,
is so
green,
neat.
and then purple through most of the tentacles, and then the tips are just crazy blue.
It's so funny. It's like a shag rug.
It's so pretty. And that nem will get about that big.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
Doesn't this one right here look like one of those plants that you buy this time of year? Like they're always in like the garden store, with the leaves. The leaves like have the same green with the red popping through. You know what
Oh,
I'm talking about. I
yes.
don't know the name, I forgot. But
It just
looks
went out of
very
my head
similar.
too, but yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes,
That's crazy.
But you know what? That's what I love because honestly, there's a lot of similarities with, I think, coral and even plants. You know, they're
Oh,
living
yeah.
things, and you know, when you can divide them, you can do like all of these things. So to me, that is what's so cool. How so many things in nature kind of like connect and have so much similarities that you wouldn't even think before. But then once you start learning, it's like, oh yeah, you can kind of apply the same theories. So cool.
It really
There's a
is.
fish coming out now.
Yeah.
Those before.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fish in here. This is a school of Leartail anthias. We'll be getting some of these later in the month. These come from Africa. We usually get about 80 of them at a time because people just love them.
So I have a question. That big one over there, like what would be the price if you wanted to get that one?
$1,200 on that guy.
Wow.
And it goes, you know, it really varies on color. So we get beautiful of that species, but they're neon green instead of like that, and they're like $250.
So
And
that's much more rare
That's
of,
yeah, the
color.
really hot pinks and the rainbow reds, as they call them. The purples and blues are usually just a tick lower. Those are some of my favorites as well. And you can even probably find them down to $75, but we don't generally go after the really plain stuff. It's
Sure.
just, if you it takes up a lot of room, so most people, if they want one, they don't.
Yeah.
It's a centerpiece of the tank.
Looks like the cookies during Christmas that you buy. The little things.
You're making me hungry. What about like this guy?
1,000. We had another one that came in at the same time that was full grown, probably this big.
Oh my gosh.
Normal colored, which is still pretty, it's, you know, a more natural green fading to blue, or maybe vice versa. That was also 1,000, but for size. I would say they're probably more like 400 or 500, normally pretty, but this is just, we've never seen anything like it, so.
How fun.
We'll keep this as long as we need to.
Now on these, I got a question. So you're buying and you're importing and stuff. So do they show you pictures? Like, did you know this was the colors you were getting, or did you just order something and got the surprise?
For sure. Yes, I get pictures, of course. Every supplier sort of is different, and so with some things, you don't want to go with the person with the best gallery where they're going to show you an exact, what you see is what you get on every photo, and they're all edited. Frankly, because it's going to double your cost.
They
It
want
just
retail.
has to. You
They
have
want
to double
retail
your
on
cost.
it, right.
I know how hard that job is.
Exactly.
That's the hardest thing here is keeping up with the website and, you know, what this coral doesn't even look the same anymore, you know,
Right.
whatever. I would much rather do it. And so that particular one came from our Australia guy. They're awesome. They do not care about photos. They send me stuff that looks like it's under a fluorescent workshop. And I saw it in the corner of a photo. I said, oh man, what is this? I just saw that it was different, and they kind of had it in a special little like area. And he was like, oh man, that's a wicked. He gave me the price, and I was like, oh God, I could really regret this because like it looks different but not good in the picture. And I was so thrilled when I got it. So
I love that.
And that's, I prefer people who send me photos so I can just judge the health and kind of go like, I can see the differences. Sometimes you get people and you're just like, okay, the saturation's at 100. you know, your hand is orange in the photo,
Right.
so what am I actually looking
Exactly.
at? You know? So yeah, I like the more natural photos, and then you get a few really exciting surprises.
That's fun. I like it too.
This was another one from them that turned out really cool. Just that big Gani coming off the side of the rock. This actually is one piece of solid rock that came out of the ocean. It's like a plateau, so it's like an old piece of dead coral. It was 76 pounds, just the coral, and then we built a little base around it, and so like it's fully kind of livened in now, and we're starting to cover it with stuff, but we're gonna do some non-photosynthetics all along the bottom of it, and then just a bunch of corals on top, and kind of keep this circular pattern. Eventually we'll have all the baskets out as we find more, set up more and more tanks, and
That's
we
awesome.
can keep it all showy, but kind of a neat piece.
I love it, and that's
About
exciting too, because now you
300
get
pounds at this
you can
point.
just watch it come to life.
Yeah.
as you
And normally we catching shellfish out of here, but we had to shut that down in this tank because there's just no
Yeah.
way. I mean, they go right up under there, and 40 fish can hide in there, and you have no chance of getting them.
Right.
Yeah, they've learned that well. These are kind of cool. These are starting to come together. These are just display tanks, but just kind of an idea of some of the stuff you can do with a small reef tank.
Yeah, I love this.
Super low maintenance.
For a display tank. Like, look at this is, you know, perfect. I come in here and this is what I'm thinking right now. Like, oh, this would be so cool. I could 100% have this in my house.
Yeah, even with all the great equipment we have on it, it's $1,000 to set it up maybe, and you could do it a lot cheaper, you know, if you didn't have premium everything. But very easy, 1 hour a week is all you really need to care for it, and daily feeding. You can do a lot with it, especially if you're into the reef, and small tanks don't matter. You can, they don't have a bio, they don't need to, you know, you can grow it out and start fragging the frags, and you've paid for a tank upgrade.
Yeah.
That's actually that white spot. I got 2 of them that were tiny like that, so I put that in. He'll outgrow it pretty fast, but for 3 months he'll graze through the tank.
So cute, yeah. I am all about this for sure. Oh, look at how cool this is. This looks so neat.
These are meat corals. These are one of the more protected ones we get in, and you can't frag them. So the limited supply of permits really chokeholds the market, and they stay fairly expensive. These are $600 range meat corals. We keep them in here just because it's a great showcase piece, but we sell them out of here. The other stuff we don't.
If you can't frag them, how do they reproduce, or how do you?
Just sexually. So they're.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they've done it with meat coral, but there's like a lab that's done it a few times. Sexual reproduction of corals like this, like spawning events, is just incredibly challenging to reproduce and incredibly expensive at this point to reproduce. And then you've got a single-celled scalemia that you're growing from there. So there are people doing it. I saw a batch of them for sale, and each one came with like I want to say a birth certificate, they called it, but it was like you know what I mean? It was like a certificate of spawn, and they were like this big, and they were like $500-600.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be a great camera item, but there is a really cool painted frogfish underneath this rock. He's like 1 inch and like bright yellow.
I love how this whole thing just looks like a tree. The way all the
Yeah, and the flow kind of wraps around it nicely. And we got this awesome, like Duncan, completely out of the light, shadowed 100%, but we do a pretty nice heavy feeding in there, and he's loving it. Oh yes, dude. Oh my God.
Is that?
Isn't that the coolest thing?
That is amazing. So he's your pet?
No, he's
No?
for sale.
He is?
I love getting them in, and so like they're kind of expensive for a 1-inch pet. Now he'll get about this big.
Oh.
I think he's $275, so they're not cheap.
No, it's not that bad,
and what I
though.
really like to do is
How
like get him
cute.
like hand eating. He's a little young for that yet. We're just making sure we put lots of pods in there and some ghost shrimp now and then, and
Oh my
a lot of
gosh.
monitoring.
He's adorable.
It's a cool fish to
Yeah.
just watch hunt.
All right, Zach. Well, thank you so much for showing us around. I tell you what, guys, DRC is amazing. I love this place. I love you guys showing us all the new stuff you get. Honestly, it's like I'm going shopping, kid in a candy store. I've already got a few things in my mind that I'm going to be like, Steve, he probably, honestly, he probably has more than me. I know he tags a lot of stuff here. So, but I'm telling you what, if you're in the area, or even if not, definitely check them out. This place is amazing. You know your stuff. We appreciate you. And honestly, look forward to the next shipment, because we're going to definitely be checking it out.
Absolutely, guys. And remember, we are open Thursdays now, so not just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursdays from 3 to 8 as well.
Awesome. Well, get down here and check it out.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.